Hey guys, it's Will.
No, Mike.
This is First Watch, the show that's part review, part reaction. Today we have something very special. It's our first ever, collaboration. What do you want to call it? So this is the first time we've ever done a Hong Kong movie from the 80s. So it's both Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. I'm wearing that hat today. Mike is wearing the 80s Nerdgasm hat. And you had seen pieces of this movie before, but never seen the whole thing?
I'd seen pieces of it probably back in the day when I used to have cable and it was on TV, because there were scenes from this movie that I recognized, but it was weird because I recognized like random scenes, not like action scenes.
It was like the scene where they're
talking
walking to the police chief
and they're like walking in the hall. Yeah. I'm like, I remember that, and I'm like, there's nothing going on.
So the movie is The Protector. It was released in 1985. It stars Jackie Chan and Danny Aiello. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of other famous people in this movie. There are two versions of this movie, so we're doing the U.S. Cut. There's also like a Hong Kong version. James Glickenhaus wrote and directed it, who did The Exterminators, which is was a pretty successful, really cheap grindhouse movie. That I found out watching the bonus features. This is the 88 Films Blu-ray release. This just came out, and I was watching the bonus features on this. And according to the cinematographer of this movie, James Glickenhaus comes from a family with extreme wealth, and they gave him a shitload of money, and they were like, "Go be a filmmaker," and that's how he started making movies.
I wish that happened to me.
Right, I know. So what's you having not seen this whole movie before? I'm interested in your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just talk about my impressions. I didn't really know what to expect too much from the movie. I knew the synopsis basically, so the whole opening was just weird to me because it's
very weird.
A gang strips down this semi truck, and then you never see him or hear about him.
Right,
again.
but it's in the Bronx, and it's like they're wearing like these weird like the opening scene is like, as we were talking when we watched it, it's like Escape from New York.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Yeah.
And then they go to the bar. They go to a bar, and Jackie's partner is gunned down by ththese biker gang members, and then Jackie goes ham on them, and it's pretty cool. And then he gets demoted down because he chases one. It was funny. He chases this guy through the streets, then he steals boat for miles. Steals a boat, chases a guy on a boat, ends up jumping onto a helicopter while this boat crashes into the other boat and blows it up. So this right by the UN towers. And stuff. And then the chief is talking to him and is like, Jackie's like, "What did you want me to do? I didn't have any other choice." I'm like, dude, you made 80 active decisions to chase this guy for hours.
And murder him.
You already killed 3 of the people. It would have been easy to figure out who the 4th person was, and he had no choice. And it doesn't even get in trouble. He just gets demoted to street guy. Doesn't even lose his job, basically.
He's such a beast.
He's a beast.
Both of the main characters in this movie are just remorseless hogs.
He gets assigned to security detail at some event with Danny Aiello.
Yep. A
woman is kidnapped there, and they find out.
This is another part where you're like, what?
Yeah, it's whatever. She's kidnapped by some Hong Kong gangster, and they have to go to Hong Kong because Jackie has experience with him.
But why did they send Danny Aiello?
I don't know why they sent Danny Aiello, but he goes he's like a kid in Christmas there. He's just going to massage parlors and laughing at poor prostitutes as they have to suck his dick. It's just disgusting. He's just like a fat slob. He's like what foreign people think of American people. Danny Aiello is that in this movie. Yeah.
He's pulling guns on people and punching them in the street. Guns. And he's constantly talking about how the prostitutes that he screwed during the Vietnam War.
He's just such a belligerent hog in it. It's beautiful.
He really what's interesting is that Danny his performance is very good.
Yeah.
But Jackie Chan, typically is very affable and funny and goofy and not a hog and has never done sex scenes before. And in this movie, he's swearing at people and shooting people and all stuff that he's never really done.
It's pretty fun though.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of cool action set pieces, cool fight scenes, cool gun scenes.
It's a very sleazy grindhouse movie.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Everyone involved, you can tell everyone involved is competent. The production values are pretty good.
I think it's interesting because so I was again watching the bonus features. The director said this was funded by Golden Harvest, which is the company in Japan that Jackie Chan made a lot of his big movies
which we're going to release a shirt of soon.
Yeah, actually, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
So the budget was $3.5 million in 1985.
Pretty good for this kind of movie because you don't have to spend a ton of money on CGI or effects. You just pay for the practicals and. I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, Jackie was a big star in China at this point, but was he a big star in the U.S.? I don't know how much he made.
So
he would have
I mean,
demanded for this
so
film.
what they were saying in that, well, I think that basically what the deal was is that the studio set it up for him. So he wasn't in a position of being like, I want this film. Blah blah. The studio was like, we want to make an American film for Jackie in the same way that Bruce Lee made these English language movies that were really
So
popular.
I could see a lot of the money was spent probably on the action, the settings, all that kind of stuff, and it shows. It was cool.
It's just like it's basically just like what you would expect if someone was like, hey, here's like this sleazy grindhouse 80s movie.
Yeah.
Like it's very violent. There's a lot of nudity. It's got cool locations. Like
a lot of blood.
It's a lot of blood. It's very competently done.
It's
director,
not like a PG-13 movie where somebody gets shot and they go down.
No, it's brutal.
It's like they get shot. It's like blood goes everywhere.
So the director in his interview in the DVD or the Blu-ray said that. I don't think I told you this, so I want to see what your reaction to this is. But he said that they hired him because he was known for his realism. So
it's not a very realistic movie.
But what does he mean? Does he mean like the violence is realistic, or does he mean because like to me like as
actually not realistic at all.
But the setup of like Danny Aiello as this like demoted cop is being sent to Hong Kong to liaise with the police there to catch an international criminal
to run a big investigation
because he happened to be on the scene of this kidnapping. It's just like makes no sense.
You find out the only reason he's there is he kicked some guy in the face and they complain of police brutality. So that's the cop you sent to Hong Kong to have this international case.
He gets demoted because, or like I guess like reassigned because somebody pulled a knife on him and he just bashed their teeth.
I just love how like towards the end like he sees a sniper and they set up this big old rocket launcher early. He's like, "Give me that!" And he just like shoots the rocket launcher. There's all these cops and everybody around, and he doesn't give a fuck. He just shoots that rocket launcher, blows up a crane. He's like really happy about it. Doesn't set up how he knows how to shoot that. Or
he was in Vietnam.
Yeah, shooting rocket launchers.
Down into the tunnels at the Viet Cong.
He's what I aspire to be.
And
then they go back to New York. They're both accommodated by the chief who demoted them in the first place.
Who is like basically like the cheap version of Al Pacino.
And then they walk off with Jackie's old partner's wife and kid for some reason. Like they're going to be a happy family all together. It's bonkers.
It's a very silly movie, but it's really, really fun. So the movie is The Protector, and like we said, this is the 88 Films Blu-ray release. My name is Will.
And I'm Mike.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.